All right, folks, welcome back to what is part two. I don't know how many parts we're going to have in this battle, but this is a massive one here. Again, on the, I just call it the Cold Harbor map. The main fight is the one that's down by Gaines Mill. It's where we are hardest pressed. Yeah, I explained it all in the previous video, and you witnessed it all unfold in the previous video, but we are desperately trying to hold on here. This is where most of the points are. It's actually between Gaines Mill and Old Cold Harbor. And so we are consolidating there. We've had most of the victory points. It looks like because we were fighting on the defensive here that we've actually done pretty well on casualties. That was not always the case. We're having trouble. The original plan was to send pretty much all three corps to reinforce this first corps here. But that has been distracted because the CSA was up here attacking some of my forces and doing other things. So we're now kind of counter pushing here on top, and maybe we'll get time to roll on down here, but I'm probably unwisely shuffling some divisions here to reinforce this position in case it gets collapsed. And then we're also trying to deal with these forces up here as we go. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop into it and just see what we get here. Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly optimistic about all of this, but I don't know how many enemy are up here. It looks like at least a division, but there might be more. And yeah, things down here are pretty ugly. All right, Buford's men are starting to take real casualties now, so we got to pull them back. George Thomas has been wounded. But we have another crack cavalry unit. I think this is the 4th or 5th cavalry unit that I've had come in here on the left. And for now, I think I'm just going to kind of hold them back. And, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. If that division concentrates on... It's basically a division here. It's got some brigades from a different division, but... if they concentrate here, then we'll have Sullivan join in. I think Buford's got to be out of ammo or close to it. Yeah, he's getting close. And so anyways, that's the plan there. Really big blunder on my part over here. I was trying to move the beat-up brigade, Tuttle, out. And in the process of doing it, and then I was going to move Pleasanton, I think it was Pleasanton, into that position. And then Morris is going to move. The Morris moving back and McLean moving up, that actually worked. I just realized you were probably going deaf. So hopefully you're going less deaf now. But now is that cavalry? All right, that's not cavalry. I thought I saw another cav brigade listed up there, but I do not. I see some CSA already shooting off here. I only have one battery, I think, in action. And they're down to canister, so they're just going to kind of have to park themselves there. And actually, they don't have to do that. I would put this battery out here, and if they turn in, I would send Sullivan in as well as the battery with canister, and I would try to whack them in the flank and just see what happens. Good advice. Alright, so the CSA is in a bit of a defilade here. Some of them are. Others are in the forest and shooting into this parapet. I think we're getting low on ammo. Oh, we got... what is up with these rates of fire? I have not done anything to alter them. But we are low on ammo, and so the house rule is when we run out of ammo, we pull those units back if we can, but... I'm probably going to fudge the house rule right now because the CSA isn't doing it either. And they never do. And I don't have anybody to take their place, so... I don't feel like throwing the battle just because. Usually it's only an issue with cavalry, and because of the rapid firing weapons, but is that battery on its way over? Yeah. Well, no, not really, but it's hard to see what they can see from here. Yeah, I should probably move up. I feel like I'm in the spawn of Cox's push there on War of Rights. Get up that hill. Then shoot down. The only thing I would fault the CSA for is that they haven't pressed hard enough. They need to close. They need to be a short range, medium range, something like that. Take some casualties on the way in, but make it up on the back end. That is the only thing I have right now. Alright, that's a lot of the fight down here. Like I said, I don't actually know what's up here. Maybe it's just Cheatham's cut-off division. Which, if nothing else, is certainly delaying me. I put these guys in attack formation and done some other things, but it just seems to be a very slow go. Okay, Sully's down here. Let's get Sully all the way down here. Alright, Negley's going the right way. I'm not sure where Shackleford is going, but let's get him up there. Have we lost anybody? Left anybody behind? It does not appear so. There you go. That makes a lot more sense. Alright, we'll put that battery on high ground and see what they can do. Okay, we'll have that battery. Alright, so McCrae absolutely has the right idea. McCook is just waiting for him, though, and they got Mississippis, and they're in the forest, so... McCrae's unit has taken some damage, as the French would not say, but... oh well. Alright, we got 2 new batteries going up here. And what is going on with these guys? Yes, you. Are we unable to give you... yeah, I'm not too worried about counterbat at the moment. We'll just go with fire at will. I must have still clicked the wrong thing with this battery. Doesn't look like it. You know what? Just get over there. We got enough troops that are coming around this way. Alright. So this is going to be Howe's battery, and we'll see if they give them the canister. I know they want to, but whether they will, we'll have to find out. Alright, McCrae's brigade there is broken off. We'll see if the CSA rallies for another push. I wonder if that actually is... yeah, they actually are shooting canister. Yeah, the number of canisters is getting lower, so... alright, who knew? Alright, then form up over there. Get in that creek, and get in that creek. Let's see what you can do. Huh. Not too sure what's going on here. This has just become the silliest contest. I mean, we are also about to wipe a division, so for what that's worth. Alright, we're going to pull Carr out of action. We're going to move him down here. DeRussey's division can move down here. You know what, at this point they can move down here as well. Butler, I'm not too sure what you got, but let's just bring you over here. Warren's got the right idea. Yeah, you've all got the right idea. Alright, so we're getting buttressed on the flanks a bit. Okay, you need to come out of cold steel. You ain't that good. And now it's gotten quiet over here. So the last push for now is going to be up here, and I think that that's going to continue. I think we saw some movement from the CSA up here. Alright, I guess we can order you up. Hey, you know what? Both batteries are firing. Yeah. But let's see if we can get a bombardment going there. That might be very nice. I have no idea if I'm missing perks. So I think at this point the CSA has got to pull out or make one final push. They do have time. It's going to be, I think, several hours before whatever's up here gets sorted. Alright, looks like that's a wipe. So we'll order those divisions down here. Burnside, I think, can hop over here now. Alright. They still got 7 more rounds of canister. It counts. Alright, and for your part, why don't you just lay down and go prone? Actually, what? You don't have to go prone. Just shoot them. You got some ammo left. Actually, these guys have all their ammo. Shackleford, he's not gonna leave you hanging. That is a fat division. Holy moly. But in moving up here, we did alleviate the pressure on the right. Can we move you up? All right, you actually have ammo, so we can move you up. You actually have ammo, so we could move you over here. Not much ammo, but we'll replace. Okay, we'll move them. No. It's kind of the opposite of what I wanted, which was mostly divisional orders and movement, but we're adapting. I guess that canister hasn't done very much. I mean, it's artillery. It's not, you know, Gatling gun weapons teams or anything like that. Hear a lot of shooting going on over here. Alright, our left is pretty good unless the CSA shows up with a bunch more troops. And I think once this mass up here gets moving, we'll be okay on the right as well. I think we're just going to move in here, pile up, and then just stream on over. I doubt any of these guys are actually going to do what I tell them to do, which is to lay down, but it's alright. Well, now they're getting those reinforced parapets rather than me. I'm not sure why we kicked skirmishers out, but we did. Okay, we'll throw another bombardment target right there. Let's see, Mansfield is there. I see. Who is this? MacArthur? Alright, we'll move him up there. Taylor, I guess we gotta move you over here to deal with probably a division coming around up there. Higgins, I'm not sure what to do with you, so we'll move you down to the crossroads. Alright, I guess Shackelford and Sullivan, those are the freshest ones they've gone on over. Alright, we pulled Howe back. If we really wanted to cheese it, we could mount up our cab and use them for melee, but that doesn't seem right. Not sure what Brown's going for down here. I wonder if the AI isn't pulling back. They seem to be pulling back down here. Buford actually has ammo. Sully should probably just keep going where he's going, but I don't know, man. I feel like from the CSA perspective, they just... I mean, they might still have a chance somewhere. There's a lot of forces I don't know about. We actually haven't really advanced much. In terms of the victory bar, even though we hold all the objective points. Yeah, if anything, I would say that just the CSA need to be more aggressive. When I was playing as the CSA, right before I switched back to the Union, There were several maps like this. They tended to be on Fredericksburg. And the Union would have lost those maps if they did not rush my entrenchments and get there before my reinforcements did. They did it 2 or 3 times, and they beat me in every battle, fair, straight up, whatever you want to call it. They beat me because they beat my reinforcements. That's all the CSA had to do this time. They got a very generous redeployment day 1 to day 2. They didn't try to flank the position, which I think was smart. They just don't shoot at long range. Just shoot at close range. All right. How did Sullivan's Cav already run out of ammo? All right, well, we got to pull him back. Maybe that'll just be Buford's last shots. We'll be shooting at them. Alright, we got some reinforcements, so we're going to try to send them up here to take the place of units with depleted ammo. There's clearly a lot of fight left. But I think in this case, owning the objectives is probably going to save the AI a lot of casualties. Because they're putting me really far ahead, this is going to stop before it becomes a much larger bloodbath. I think to their detriment. Shackleford, the 1st Relief Brigade that made it here to the left, still has quite a bit of ammo. I don't know what... I wonder if that's Cooper's Corps. That's reinforced down... You know, if that is... Yeah, we actually might want to pull back a little bit. A good thing Paul's division's coming in. You know what, Howard? Probably not the march any of you guys want to make, but I think we're getting crowded up there anyways, so. Alright, looks like I threw at least 2 divisions at the one that's up here. We'll see if we're able to make quick work of any of it. And we're just going to keep throwing artillery up here on this hill and trying to break off any attack here that's at the... little bit of a salient. probably be a terrible hill to have to come up because it's a kind of long, gradual uphill that kind of tricks you into how exhausting it is. Alright. We're going to give Richardson an attack order. And once that goes through, we'll order him forward here on the north. Okay. Oh, Shackleford. You don't want to get flanked here, man. Alright, you got your order, Richardson. That's good. Order them forward. I'm gonna say those guys are taking enfilade fire. I don't know how long they're gonna be able to hold on there. Alright, and elsewhere it looks like we're starting to make contact up here. We actually don't need that. We can set up there and set up there. And that should be good enough to hold things on our left. I still have no idea. I can't quite disentangle all this here. So that should be 8 brigades against 3 or 4. Oh man, Richardson's troops got bogged down over here. Alright, we'll give Butler an attack order. Butterfield. I still cannot get Tuttle out. Shackelford, you really might want to move back, man. Actually, you know what though, if you haven't, Burnside's troops are all pretty fresh, I think. Yeah, we'll move those 3 brigades up there. We'll see what that looks like. Bull Nelson alive and well here. Have we just gone unresponsive? Oh, Pleasanton's still up here. Good golly, man. I'll move everybody to short range if I have to. Don't think I won't. These guys have fought. They can fall back. How are these guys still alive and well? CSA's got a big position up here. And I think it has a big position down here. It might actually have a huge position down here. I'm not sure. We may need a day 3 to sort out all these corps and division and everything else. Yeah, not too much progress despite holding all the objectives. I think McCook has shot himself out of well, not exactly. Those units that are low on ammo now, though, they should get resupplied overnight. Ricketts. My goodness, Pleasanton. What do I have to do to get you to move, man? You're done. Take the day off. Do what you gotta do. Alright, we're gonna switch a bunch of these guys here to short range and see if that has an effect. Custer losing men. Holy moly, they are. Seems a bit premature, but... Alright, they claim that most all of those have something to shoot at, so... we'll go ahead and let them do that. Wonder if the AI, yeah, it's probably too early to start thinking about Nightfall, but I'm wondering if the AI will stick and fight for a day 3 here. We're fighting a little bit of lag here at 12 frames, but that happens. Alright, we'll see if porters, skirmishers can do anything to that artillery. Again, I'm not sure if there's a core down here or what. So we gotta be a little careful. I hope we get ammunition after this, you know. I'm not sure. I think some of us were out of supply, so we may not get too much ammo if we have to go to a day 3. Some would certainly help. I don't know about the Brigade of Anderson at all, but... Alright, it looks like we got some troops down here, so... Well, maybe we don't. But we're going to try to advance. I'm still amazed that cavalry, or any of their forces, have continued to hang on here. My goodness, Pleasanton. It's like, dude. Just leave, man. Maybe I have to switch Broadhead to... But I think even putting him at screen probably wouldn't change anything at this point. Alright. Nope, that was some artillery that I should move back a little bit. They say we have skirmishers. I don't see them. And over here, we have just been effectively kited into nothing. So, if it's going to be like that, then just go. Just ignore them. What is this? This is Shaver's Cav just coming right in and demolishing Schley, who I praised earlier. Though Shaver's Cav seems to be taking pretty high casualties. Schley's men, which are probably out of ammo, I guess, did not care at all about that. That did not concern them in the least, and so they've now sent the cav unit packing. Alright, I see the CSA generally moving back and down. I don't know if they're moving back and down to move over here or what the case is. I think, though, we're going to kick things up a notch. And just generally order an attack. A fairly ferocious attack across the board and see if that's not enough to put these guys in the trash can. Alright. Alright, so those are the core level orders from the army. From the army level up, and yeah, it looks like the CSA is in retreat. So even if we made it to nightfall, it looks like their expectation would be to pull out overnight. Got some rear guard action here from Bait, who absolutely stood his ground forever and a day. Okay. So that's almost perfect timing. We'll get out of this one. We'll check the newspapers to see what the final casualty count is. We'll see how much readiness we lost. as a result, but you know, they also should probably lose ground as a result of this. And that was, I think this brought in a lot of the forces that were at Petersburg, and so even if this blunted the readiness of the force that was that's in Richmond, then overall it should help us. But yeah, I mean, it's a big win on a big map, and we're slightly ahead in campaign. All right, we're not gonna beat them up in garbage time here, but we'll end it like that. All right, that gives us a sense as to what happened, and we'll cut here to see what the actual story is. All right, and wow, okay, so for them that's 11,000 out of the war. For us, it's probably about 4,000 or so. So that's a big relative victory, and that probably means it's definitely the end of this episode. Yeah. So Hayes is beaten down for a bit. Grant, not surprised. All right, Mansfield, not so much. Here, we'll move things forward there. Wow, it's hard to believe that actually brought in Smith's First Corps from up there, but it did. Probably need a supply depot at some point. So I guess Evans' Corps was not brought into that. Interesting, because now if these forces... Neither was Longstreet's. That's really odd. Maybe they didn't make it to the battlefield in time for it to matter. Not sure. Anything to do here? It doesn't look like it. Farm making a bunch of other things are still some time off. So yeah, we got to get a supply depot up somewhere. Maybe we'll have the Second Corps get on that. Wow, it's really cheap too, 342,000, but that should help a bit. You know what, since the First Corps is going to be stuck here anyways, let's at least get them building a supply depot right there. And as soon as we get some readiness, we'll continue the push on to Richmond. Probably more likely in the next episode. Some action out here. It seems like we're doing okay on the readiness front. We actually have 2 supply depots up there, so we should be pretty well stocked. Enemy kids, yeah, we're not worried about that. You can see that their national support took a fairly big dive between the last two episodes, so that's good for us. And yeah, it's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this one. This had to be the largest battle in terms of raw numbers I've ever had, so that was a fun one. It was a good map for it, and we still have a few more of these to come.